Hello, dear student. So, today we'll discuss the next part of thread. As in my previous lecture, I already discussed what is thread, how we can create thread, what are the basic attribute of thread, what are the basic difference of process between threads, and today we'll discuss different types of thread. What are the different types of threads available in our operating system? Then we discuss user level thread and kernel level thread. What are the basic difference between user level thread and kernel level thread? Then we focused on multi-threading models. So here we start. Operating system provides two types of thread. First one is user level and second one is kernel level thread. So when we installed any operating system in our desktop or laptop, then that particular operating system, it has two different layers. In the below portion, that is the core layer, that is called kernel section, and above the kernel section there is a user section where user level threads are belong. Kernel level threads are directly accessed with hardware, but user level threads are generally not directly associated with hardware. So first we discuss what is user level thread and what is its utilization. So user level threads are supported above the kernel and they are implemented by thread library at user level. So it is present in the above layer of the kernel, and the entire user level threads are managed and handled by using a thread library. So operating system actually maintains the different state of the process, means whether the process is present in new, ready, running, waiting, or terminating states. But the user level thread library maintains the state of all threads. So OS maintains the state of processes and user level thread library maintains the state of all threads. Library provides supports for user creation, scheduling and management with no support from the kernel. Because the kernel is unaware of user level thread, all thread creation and scheduling is done in user space. In that point, it describes that the creation of thread is handled by a library. When we want to create a user level thread, then we have to add pthread.h library file or header file. That header file contains different functions, and scheduling and management means we have to manage the different threads, because when we are dealing with multi-threaded application, which thread is having much more priority than the other thread, we have to manage all these things. So in that case we have to follow preemptive and non-preemptive scheduling concept. And user level threads are generally fast to create and manage, because user level thread is much more lighter task than to create a kernel. Because when we have to create or develop a kernel, that means we have to actually creating a new version of operating system, means to develop a hardware related application, it will take much more longer period of time compared to user level thread. So what is the major drawback of user level thread? Look at the diagram. That diagram, the blue portion indicate kernel space and the yellow portion indicate user space. In kernel space, if kernel is single threaded, there is only one kernel present in the kernel space area, and three user threads wants to access the kernel. Then, if any user level thread performs a blocking system call and blocked your kernel space, then that will cause the entire process to be blocked. That is the major drawback. Then we focused on kernel level threads. Kernel level threads are supported directly by the operating system. So when we actually installed operating system, by default all these system related files are kernel related file, and it is the core part of any operating system. And kernel performs thread creation, scheduling, management in kernel space, not in user space. Okay, and kernel threads are generally slower to create and manage than user level thread. If a thread performs a blocking system call, the kernel can reschedule to another thread in application for execution. If we are dealing with multi-threaded kernel, if there is n number of kernels, if at any instance of time particular any one kernel is blocked, then the remaining n minus 1 number of kernels are available at the time, so it can reschedule to another thread in application for execution. Then we for most operating system actually use this kernel level thread. Windows NT, Solaris, they support kernel level thread. Then what are the disadvantage or drawback of kernel level thread? First one is the it's slower than user level thread, complex to create and manage, hardware support is needed, and context switching time is more if kernel is single threaded. Now what are the basic difference between user level thread with kernel level thread? The first point describe user level threads. Actually, user threads are implemented by user, and kernel level threads are actually created by operating system. The second point, it describes that user level thread implementation is much more easier task than kernel level thread. So kernel level thread is much more complicated. Third point is operating system does not recognize user threads, but kernel level threads are recognized by operating system. Fourth point, it describes that the context switching time is less in case of user level thread, and context switching time is much more with respect to kernel level thread. Fifth point, it describes that user threads are fast to create and manage compared to kernel level thread. Sixth point, user threads are generic and can run on any operating system, but kernel threads is specific to the operating system. And seventh point, that no hardware support is required to develop a user level thread, but hardware support is needed when you have to create the kernel level thread. And the final last point, if one user thread performs blocking system call, then entire process will blocked if kernel is single threaded. But if kernel is multi-threaded, if one kernel performs blocking system call, then other thread can continue its execution. Now we focus on multi-threading model. In operating system where both user level thread and kernel level threads exist, there exists a relationship between these two user and kernel level thread. Means how many user level threads are present in user section and how many kernel level threads are present in kernel section. Based on this relationship, we can create multi-threading model. So user level threads is mapped to kernel level thread by many to one to one model, and many to many model. These three modeling structure is there. As the term suggests, many to one model, many user level thread and corresponding one kernel level thread. So many user level threads are mapped to one kernel level thread. Does not support parallel processing of threads in multi-core system because only one thread can access kernel at a particular time. So in that situation, you are having only single kernel in the kernel part, so you cannot achieve parallel processing approach, because if there is n number of user level threads and if any user level thread performs a blocking system call, then your kernel will be blocked at that particular time, and remaining n minus 1 number of user level threads are also blocked, and you are not achieving the maximum throughput. So one thread, this is rarely used, mainly cause it does not support multi-core system. Then this is the conceptual block diagram of many to one model, where this blue color wavy symbols are actually indicate the user level threads, and the red dot, that is actually scheduler that schedule different thread library, and below portion there is a kernel thread or single threaded PCB. Then we focus on one to one model. One to one model purely supports parallel processing system because the term suggests for each user thread is mapped to a particular dedicated kernel thread. So when we have to develop our own user thread application at that particular moment or instance, we have to generate the corresponding kernel level thread. So it is much more complicated task. So it provides more concurrency because it's purely achieved or support parallel processing system. The whole process does not get blocked when one thread makes a blocking system call. So in that particular diagram, if particular this user level thread performs a blocking system call and this entire kernel level thread is blocked, then the remaining threads are available or free at the time, so entire process will not blocked. So creates overhead as every user thread requires to create corresponding kernel threads for it. So when we have to develop our own particular application, then at that time we have to develop the kernel section also. It is much more complicated and overhead task, and supports a particular number of threads only, because we cannot develop our based on, say today we need say 10 different application, and we have to develop the corresponding kernel application. So it is much more restricted because supports a particular number of threads only. And Linux and Windows 2000 server version actually support this type of one-to-one model. And finally, the many to many model. Many to many model doesn't suffer from previous both these shortcomings. There is multiple user threads are multiplexed to same or less number of kernel threads. Here the term same or less number of kernel threads. So this is the best among the three models, as it improves on shortcoming of one to one model and many to one model. So we can create as many number of user threads as we want, unlike to one model, and there is no issue of process blocking, and threads can run parallelly in multi processors. So system uh, modern different operating system, almost every operating system presently support this many to many model. So if you have any doubt, any question, then you can comment in our chat box, and we will post the quiz. We will execute the quiz shortly. Thank you. And we have to execute actually the next or third part of this thread. In the third part, how we can cancel different multi-threaded application or threading application, we have to discuss, like uh, asynchronous thread cancellation, deferred thread cancellation procedure, and we have to discuss POSIX pthread, Portable Operating System Interface Standard. So thank you, dear student.